boys today. You would apologise, I'm down in Cornwall for today doing a few vlogs. So I've got a makeshift mic on it, which is one from a phone, which is tucked in my coat, but it's not working that well. It's very windy down here. Yeah, I've got a vlog I did this morning, which is going to go up for Wheel Coke's tin mine, and I've got one that's going to go up a bit. Well, I'm going to do one later after this anyway, down at Botlack Mines, down by Penzance. So I've got a few vlogs that I'm doing while I'm down here. It's kind of midday now, so all the good light's kind of gone. Luckily, because it's winter, though, the sun's still quite low, so we can still get a few nice shots. It's not going to be too much bad light. It's not going to be too stark kind of white colours or anything like that, so get away with it. I've come to photograph a pepperpot. I know, strange, but that's what it's called. It's this building here, which is an old daymark, so it's basically used a bit like the one I've done a vlog of in the past at Kingswear, which I'll link up now. It's basically, all it was to do is to kind of show the entrance to the harbour or the port for passing ships and vessels, as a way of them easily identifying it in bad weather and getting into kind of the port and bring industry into the town and things like that. It lies on the headland by Portreath. You can see you've got this awesome beach down here, and this is it here. What I'm going to try and do is I'm going to try and get a composition of it with a bit of the sea in the background. Probably going to make my way up this cliff here behind me, this path, and try and get it kind of in the distance in the corner of the frame. So I'll make my way up there now, and I'll see you in a bit. Right, I've set up the shot now. I'm quite liking the light. The sun has actually come out. It's lighting up the ground here, quite a nice colour. The only thing is, because it's so windy, it's hard to do any long exposures. The tripod's shaking around a lot, and also the ground I'm on is very peaty and mossy, so it's quite soft. So it's not very easy to keep the tripod still. It's moving even when the kind of wind's only just getting it slightly. So I'm not going to be able to do too many shots, long exposure shots with it, unfortunately. I've got a 0.6 hard edge ND filter on there, just to bring the skies down. Luckily we've got quite a nice horizontal line here with the sea, so I'm not darkening the daymark or the pepperpot too much, so it should work quite well. The only thing I don't like about the composition where I am is there's a lot of foreground, or a lot of kind of ground between this rock here and the pepperpot. So the way to fix that is simply to change the perspective. So I'm going to make my way up this path here, recompose, get a different setup. Hopefully what I can do is by moving up there, it's going to make the pepperpot move, or the daymark move further around to the cliffs and the rocks, and that will mean it will make it a closer shot and should come out a lot better. So I'll head up there now, I'll set up, and I'll come back to you in a bit. Right, I couldn't really get the shot to work by going further up. I managed to get the kind of rocks further lined up how I wanted it to, but because the cliff kind of runs up this way from an angle, kind of up this way, what was happening is the further I was getting up, the more of the daymark I was losing, because it was just covering up the bottom of it. Also, the gauze up there is a lot thicker. I managed to get through it, but because it's a lot higher, the foreground interest isn't as nice. It's not like down here you've got a bit of kind of gauze and stuff. Up there it's just quite thick bracken and quite kind of dead looking stuff. So down here is nicer, it's catching the light better, it's coming out with some nicer colours. Quite close to it now really, as you can see from the video, but I was hoping to get a bit further away and zoom into it really, but it's coming out quite nice anyway. I've done a portrait shot, or sorry, landscape shot here already, but I'm liking the portrait a lot more. It's picking up a bit of the ground, it's picking up a bit of the green and the vibrant colours in the ground from the sun. And also it's sweeping up, kind of up to the sea and things like that. It's quite nice actually, because it's catching a lot more of the sky in a portrait as well. And although it is kind of not the best light at the moment, I should be able to do something with that sky. I should be able to add a bit of mood to it, even though it's not long exposure. The clouds are quite soft, so hopefully I should be able to get it work, and I think it's going to be a lot better in a portrait shot, this one. All I'm shooting this one is no polarizer filters. The sun is almost right behind where I'm shooting, so a polarizer is not going to have a massive effect. It has a better effect if you're at 90 degrees to the sun. And also I don't really want to add any harshness to the clouds. I quite like them being soft. And a polarizer is probably going to make them stand out a bit more, make them look a bit harsher in the scene. It's not particularly going to do any amazing effects on the water. It might take a bit of the reflection off, but it's also probably going to might get rid of some of that blue sheen off the water, which I want to keep. So yeah, it's quite a simple shot. All I'm shooting with is a 0.6 hard-edged ND filter again. Now actually the filter is actually coming right down, not just to the sea, not to the horizon, but right down kind of to the foreground here. Now that's covering up the whole of the Pepperpot, but it doesn't matter because the Pepperpot's also really bright, it's very white, and so is the sky, so it doesn't matter if I'm covering that up, because what I'm going to do is darken it and make the exposure in the camera pick it out better and pick out the details in it. So stuff like this, you don't have to worry about darkening it down too much with a hard edge filter. The shot, I'm shooting at an ISO of 50, just because I'm getting quite a good shutter speed anyway. That's giving me a shutter speed of 20th of a second. So even though it's a bit windy, 20th of a second on a tripod will allow me to get a decent shot of it. But it'll hopefully just add a bit of smoothness in the waves, just take out the harsh edge on them. I'm shooting at an f-stop of f14 as well, because I'm quite close to it now, and I'm also shooting at about 35mm, so I'm not wide angle, I'm not totally wide on the lens, so I want as much f-stop as I can get to make sure that the Pepperpot's sharp and the ground behind it is sharp. Focus wise, you should always focus about a third into your scene, it depends what you're shooting. The daymark is about roughly a third into the scene, so just literally focus straight on the Pepperpot, f14, ISO 50, take the picture, and yeah, it's quite a nice one. Right, I've come up to Carn Brea and the Basset Monument just to finish the vlog off really. I quite like the shots from Portreath of the Pepperpot, but it's so windy, it's just hard to do much else up there really. Couldn't do any long exposures or anything like that. I've actually come really high. Carn Brea is quite high, it's not far from Camborne, Red Roof and Paul, it's only a few miles from either of them. It's got this really cool massive monument, this huge cross which you can see from kind of all over the place really from this part of Cornwall. But it's got this really cool castle next to it as well, which is kind of half built on top of a kind of granite tall load of boulders. Really unique, cool kind of building. So I'm going to get out the van in a minute, get some compositions of it. When I drove down earlier, it looked like that was quite a nice composition as the road came down to it. So I'm probably going to just walk up the road, walk up the path, set up there, and just get some long exposure shots, try and get some movement in the clouds, try and get a bit of mood in the clouds as well around the castle. Might go and take a picture of the cross as well. It's quite nice views from the cross. Apparently you can see right down to St Ives Bay and places like that as well from there. So I'll probably head up there as well and just see what we can get. So I'll catch you up there when I'm all set up. Right, I've got the shot set up. I'm down beyond this rock trying to shelter from the wind. First shot done. Got a 10 stop ND filter on, 0.9 stop soft grad on, unit F14 in bulb mode, shutter release on, give me a minute exposure, just enough to get some movement in the clouds. Probably work quite well as a black and white, so done that shot now, just show you the one I'm going for. Just basically shooting down the rock line, trying to get a bit of interest on the way to the castle. There's a kind of hole in the, or kind of pool of water in the middle of the rock there where it's been kind of hollowed out for some reason. So I've got a bit of interest there. I've got a bit of pool in the water in the first picture. Going down the rock line to the castle. Simple shot, like I say, long exposure. So yeah, I'll put it up now. And then I'll head down, get another composition. I'll see you in a minute. Right, that's pretty much that vlog finished really, or this vlog finished. I've just tried to fit this in between doing one in the morning, and I'm going to do another vlog this evening. So some of the content's not quite as good as it probably normally would be. And a lot of the light isn't as good. I'd normally shoot around better light than kind of midday stuff. But I've been down here all day and I wanted to make use of the time. Just show you some of the areas you can get to, some of the locations, some cool things down in Cornwall. Really cool place, up by the castle obviously still. There it is. Yeah, epic. I mean, if you're into mines and old industry and things like that, I mean, the view I've got here over here now is just absolutely crazy. I can't really see much because of the sun, but I've just counted over here, just in one view, probably about 9 mine stacks and kind of mining buildings and things like that. So I'll take a picture on the front facing camera so you can get a bit more quality, but just the amount of mines and stacks and things to explore. There's one over there which looks like it'd be quite decent. It looks like there's kind of like a bridge or some kind of long building by it. And there was one that I drove past on the road down here earlier which looks like a massive complex. It's like you could get some really good urbex type stuff there. So yeah, really cool. I hope you've enjoyed some of the pictures in it anyway. Like I say, they have been a bit random. I've been trying to fit in places that are look quite cool on the way kind of between where I was this morning, which is St Agnes, down to Penzance. Yeah, so there's 2 locations. Hope you found them interesting. This is the end of this vlog now. The one that goes up after this will be one down at Bottlack Mines, which by St Just. So hopefully that'll be really nice. It was quite cloudy earlier, and I had a bit of my doubts whether it was going to turn out quite nice or not, but it has actually cleared now, which I'm hoping is going to mean that vlog tonight is going to be really nice. So stay tuned, subscribe if you haven't already, and that one should be popping up soon for you to watch. Okay, cheers then, bye.